side, causing problems, interlinking with Daniel James, getting the ball in. He even gave the ball away once. It was one uncharacteristic mistake from him, based on the performances we've seen so far on the tour. Gave the ball away, and he just absolutely thundered back and managed to dispossess Talbot, get the ball back. It was an incredible defensive performance from him. Goal line clearances. I'm so excited about this man. I really am. He's got a serious future ahead of himself at Manchester United, based on how he's performed in these couple of games for Manchester United, and the season that he had last year for Crystal Palace was obviously incredible. But that defensive performance from him in that game, Aaron Wan-BISSAKA, take a bow, lad. The challenges, the tackles, the blocks, it was absolutely sensational. Inter Milan, okay, they're not the Inter Milan of a few years ago. They're nowhere up to that standard, but they are a very good team still. It's our biggest test so far in the pre-season. And our new signings look very, very comfortable today. Daniel James, unfortunately, spurned a couple of opportunities that he did have. He had one really good opportunity cleared off the line by Inter. But generally, good shining performance from the new lads, especially Wan-BISSAKA. Really positive from him. Defensively, a beast. I'm excited about this season because I think we're not going to have so many defensive frailties, which would allow us to play a bit more direct, a bit more attacking. Very happy with how Ole Gunnar set the team up today. Direct, creating chances, attacking. It should be in a pre-season friendly. It should be an opportunity, obviously, to find out how you're going to play, what players can step up. And boy, oh boy, did we see some players step up. We saw a big change around about the 62-minute mark, where we had 7 changes. And after that, really, we just had our wicked way with Inter Milan. We really did. I mean, they're obviously a very good team, but you wouldn't know it based on what we did to them with our group of youngsters. United have got a very impressive set of youngsters. I was also impressed with a couple of the senior performances as well throughout the game. Ashley Young put in a couple of tremendous passes in that second half an hour cameo performance he had. And Eric Bailey, when he came on, looked solid as a rock as well. So, of course, it's not just the youngsters, but let's talk about Chong. Let's talk about Greenwood. I mean, the performance in the second half from those two in particular was absolutely breathtaking. Chong, he is literally a young Ruud Gullit. Not just the way he looks and his big floppy hairdo, but just the stature of the man, the way he runs around the pitch, the ability to change direction on a sixpence. I mean, he literally seems to have all the qualities in the world. He's so young as well. He looks a danger for us. He put in a dominating performance in that half an hour that he was on the pitch there, drew all sorts of fouls from them, created chances for us, had an absolutely mesmerising half an hour. So for me, Chong is one of the best performers to come out of that game. And then let's talk about Mason Greenwood, 17 years of age, gets one opportunity, comes on 62 minutes, ball comes into him, drops to him, shot, and Handanovic palms it into the direction of him. He turns back inside, does Inter Milan's defence, slots it past 4 Inter defenders into the far stick. It was an absolutely brilliant goal, and the fact that he's 17 years of age just blows my mind. This lad is quality. Piss off Romelu Lukaku. Do you know what I mean? Do one. Who needs Romelu when we've got this young lad? We've got Rashford. Okay, that's only 2 strikers. We probably do need another one, really. But Romelu Lukaku's not the option. United should be playing with pace. We should be playing with a bit more technical ability up there, getting players in behind. Greenwood and Rashford, they provide you that sort of a style. Whereas Lukaku only really provides you sort of hold-up style, big physical lummox style. And it's just not worked out for him. So I do hope that Inter Milan come knocking on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's door after the match, or Ed Woodward's door, and we finalise the deal to get rid of Romelu Lukaku to Inter Milan. Just because really he is not lived up to it. We can cash in, he'll go over there, be successful. It's a good move for everybody involved, gets the money off the books. And, he's probably finished at United. Hate to say it, he only had 1 season. He was great in the Premier League before that. But I don't think Ole Gunnar wants to play the way that would benefit Lukaku. I think he wants to play the way that would benefit United, which is to play with these players like Rashford and Greenwood in behind and stuff like that. Let's talk about Paul Pogba, who's had a bit of a resurgence recently. A lot of criticism about Paul Pogba, most of it from myself, because I just don't like the attitude of the man, the character shown last season anyway. But he's had a good pre-season tour so far. There was one move in particular today by Paul Pogba where he's done a few defenders and got a shot away on the keeper, which was nothing short of world class. But generally, it wasn't the most strongest overall performance from him, but he did control things. He has had a good tour. He looked more comfortable in the last 2 games, but he's not one of the players that shone the most today. To me, there's 3 candidates, and they would be WAN-BISSAKA. I thought was probably my man of the match. Absolutely stunning defending from the lad, and also going forward gave us an option there down the right. I'd say another player who definitely deserves to be a candidate for man of the match was Chong. Greenwood, 17, took his opportunity with both hands. You've got to be in with a shout for him. And I think Lindelof at the back there actually performed really, really solidly and filled me with a lot of hope for our defence this season. Because if you can get Lindelof playing well, if you can get WAN-BISSAKA playing like he has been playing, and then maybe we just sign Harry Maguire, perhaps Twanzebe comes into his own, because I was very impressed with how the young lad did today. Luke Shaw was a bit indifferent, to be honest with you, but he had a shot early on in the first half, showing a bit of confidence. Bit indifferent on Luke Shaw, I am, though. But, of course, he's not the most important position to strengthen for United right now. We do need another midfielder, especially if Pogba ends up going, which is looking likely that he won't. Because I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does want him, based on how he's using him in this tour. I mean, if we were going to get rid of him, if we were going to accept a bid from Real Madrid or Juventus or something like that, then I don't think we would be risking our asset out there on the pitch, because he could pick up an injury or not, whatever. If we want to get rid, then we'll get rid. So I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants to get rid of him. I just think that now is the time for Paul Pogba to really prove himself at United, because he's not going to get much time from me. I'm telling you that. Look, if Ole Gunnar wants you in his team, I respect that. Fair enough. Fair play. He's the manager. He sees stuff behind the scenes, whatever. Pogba's performances last year were not up to standard. The mentality of the man was in question in certain games, letting his head drop. If he can show heart, and if he can fight, and if he can perform for United consistently, I'm not going to have a problem with Paul Pogba. He's a quality player. He's shown that. I just want to see him really give 100% for United. And if he does that, if Ole can get him doing that, if he can start performing like the player he should be, then quickly, people will say I'm fickle, but it's not fickle. It's about giving people props for their work, and also not accepting a low standard from these players over a significant period of time. You can change your opinion on players. It's happened many a time in the past. Anyway, everybody who's tuning in right now to this live stream, thanks very much for tuning in. If you tuned in for the live match stream as well, watch-alongs, I'm going to be doing those every single preseason game and as many games as I can. If you're in here, chuck a like on this video, get your thoughts and opinions in the stream below. But look, there'll be a lot of people criticising United's performance. We only beat them 1-0, whatever. But I thought that was an amazing performance by United. First half was reasonably close, but we definitely had the better of the play. I was impressed with the team selection. I was impressed with the intent, the directness of the play. Certain individual performance out there were great. And then after we made the 7 substitutions around the 62-minute mark, we just tore them apart and took it to the next level. And that bodes extremely well when you're playing your little youngsters out there. People like Chong, people like Greenwood, 17-year-old Greenwood. Andreas Pereira looked very, very good when he came on as well. Yeah, United have got good young players. Dalot looked very good coming on, getting a lot of opportunities. We just seemed to click and play without fear and really dominate Inter when the young lads came on. And sometimes that's the best thing to do. These people are all hungry. They've all got something to prove to try and get into Ole Gunnar's United side by the start of next season. So they're all hungry as foot lads. And that is what we need at United. We don't need people like Alexis Sanchez, who, as good as a player as he is too comfortable, is paid too much money. His motivation's in question. And I think that these youngsters, the people like Chong, Greenwood, those are 2 youngsters that maybe 6 months ago okay, they were still there and they're looking impressive, for the younger teams for United, but they are not really fixtures or even really getting into the United team. But suddenly Ole Gunnar's given a bit of faith in youth. We've had this tour. They've taken the opportunity really well. You've got people like Mason Greenwood scoring goals, growing in confidence, looking clinical, getting chances, tucking them away, looking much more advanced than his years. Daniel James, another young player that we signed, looking very lively in this tour. Chong today, I thought in that half-an-hour performance was absolutely mesmerising, really exciting. I just loved the way he plays football, taking on these really experienced Inter Milan players, making them look like a right bunch of mugs. He did. That's basically what we did to Inter Milan in that second half. We made them look like Inter Mugland, and we just completely dominated them. I think Chong deserved a penalty as well from a foul that he drew on him. I thought it was a penalty, but there you go. He had a great pass into Mason Greenwood for an opportunity for Mason Greenwood to get his second, and he very, very nearly took that just over the bar. So great chances created by United in this game. Great bit of football on display, especially second half, man. be happy, because it was actually a good performance from us. You know, like I said in my live stream, I will tell you if it's a shit performance, but today it was a very good performance against a good team, not a great team, but against a good team. The Spurs game will be more of an indicator of how Ole Gunnar's doing and how the team's doing. Yes, we still need to bring players in, but these young lads are still showing that they've got the potential and showing that they are hungry and that they can fight their way into this side. You know, a couple of weeks ago when Ole Gunnar said about Mason Greenwood perhaps starting in his game, the opening game against Chelsea, I was thinking, is that really the right decision? But he's playing with without fear. He looks confident. He looks like somebody who, given an opportunity, can find the back of the net. He did that today amazingly. Very nearly did it a second time. And in a half an hour performance against Inter Milan, that is a great thing to do. Get in there, my son. United are back. We're going to win the freaking league. No, honestly, I know it would be great if United could just get in the top 4 this season, get back on the right direction. It's only pre-season, I know, but pre-season does give you a good indicator of how you can start. It doesn't guarantee you're going to start the season well, but if all the players are confident, if you've got new players that have burst on the scene with new confidence, or a couple of players revitalised, look at Ashley Young today, look at Bailey today. Those two performances from players who've not featured much, or perhaps who won't feature as much as they did last season, it fills us with confidence because we've got a little bit more depth there suddenly. Suddenly, we've not only got WAN-BISSAKA at right back, we've also got Diogo Dalot, who can deputise there as well. So United are looking good. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tactics today were great. The way we played, the way we pressed them high up the pitch, the way we harried them, and the way we got runners in behind. We utilised Rashford's pace in the first half. We created a few opportunities. Wasn't to be Rashford's day in front of goal today, but he still looked lively. Martial, you know, looked okay. First half, created a couple of things, not fantastic. Want to see more from him. All round, it was a good performance. Matic hit the post with a header in the first half. I was impressed with the general all-round team performance from Manchester United. So get in there, my son. Come on! It's been a while since I enjoyed a United game so much, in fact, against really good opposition there. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to this live match reaction. I can't stick around too long today, but do chuck a little cheeky like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel here. On Flying Pig United, we talk about all things United. We're going to be talking about this tour. We're going to be talking about the progression of the players, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tactics, all that sorts of stuff over the coming weeks before the start of the Premier League season, which is soon upon us. So make sure you get your thoughts and opinions in and keep a lookout for all of those. But let's just go through the comments section. Appreciate everybody who takes the time to write these comments. Alex Rudd, welcome back. Thank you so much. Richard James comments and says, great link-up play in the final third from United's youngsters. Yes, Richard, I would reiterate that. In all scenarios, really. First half, the likes of James, the likes of Bissaka, Rashford, all linking up reasonably well. And also second half, I mean, we looked even way better when we made the changes, and we had Young, and we had Pereira, and we had Mason Greenwood on there, we had Dalot on there, and they were causing all sorts of problems for Inter. We made them look, you know, quite ordinary, really. And the fact that these players are really young, crikey. I mean, we've got a crop of youngsters coming through, at least a few of them, that really look like they've got the ability to go on and be another quality United product, academy product. Will they ever get to the heights of the class of 92? Who knows? But certainly Chong, from what we've seen, has the potential. Certainly Greenwood, from what we've seen, has the potential. Rashford's still got the potential. You know, these players are starting to come through a little bit, which is good. Thank you very much there, Richard James. Neil Duffin, Greenwood is magnificent. He'll just get better. OBE, Wan-Bissaka was brilliant also, absolutely. I mean, you could easily give the man of the match performance to either Greenwood or Chong for their 30-minute cameo performance, and obviously Greenwood got the goal. But I'd have to give it to Wan-Bissaka. I thought he was absolutely flawless today. Even the one mistake that he did made in relinquishing possession, he freaking got it straight back. So I love the guy. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. I think he's been brilliant on this tour. His tackling has been Bobby Moore-esque. I'm so impressed with him defensively, but also impressed with him going forward. He's brilliant. He looks like he's going to solve us a lot of problems. Anthony Coffin says, do more watch-alongs, Pig. Thank you very much for the super chat there, Anthony. Much appreciated. I definitely will be doing them. I'll be doing them as often as I possibly can. In fact, for every single game, okay? Lalu says, what a bottle job performance. I'm sure you're just pulling my plonker there, pal. There's no way you truly believe that was a bottle job performance. It was a great performance. Okay, maybe it wasn't as clinical as it should have been, because we could have scored 5 goals. Don't know why I put 10 fingers up there, but we could have scored 5 goals, and we didn't do that. But we did win the game. We did create. We did attack. We did have a lot of chances against a good Inter side. So I've got only positives to take from this one. Kaufman says, I know you don't like Pogba, but he's better this year. Well, let's hope that he will be better this year. Ole Gunnar seems to be having the faith in him to keep him around. I'll give him a chance and opportunity if he can perform for us, and more importantly, fight for us with his heart on the sleeve. That's what I want to see from Paul Pogba. If not, you know, to be fair, if a bid came in for 150 mil and United accept it, I wouldn't be bothered. I honestly wouldn't be bothered. That's where I am with Paul Pogba right now, if he went. But if he stays, I hope that he can be that player we all want him to be, but I'm just not so sure if we can, because I think we've seen 3 years of mediocrity. But hopefully, I mean, he looked great today at times. That move, like I said, that one move where he's done Inter's midfield and then had a shot from distance, it was class. Derek Jason watching in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I think that is PA, yeah. Thank you very much for getting involved there. I think that's some sort of a steel city, so thanks for tuning in there. Could be talking absolute shite. DJ Fergus has sent you loads of questions. Have you? I can't see them. Oh, you mean, oh shit, yes, on Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. Oh, great. Thank you very much, DJ Fergus. You absolute legend, at DJ Fergus. I want people to try and tweet me stuff as well. You can ask me on Twitter. I've got Twitter tab open. He's talking about, he sent me questions for the Ask the Pig Q&A. Bringing back Q&A Sundays as well, every single Sunday. So ask me questions, doesn't have to be serious, doesn't have to be about United necessarily, but tweet me questions at Mr. Flying Pig HD using the hashtag AskThePig, like Fergus Hunter Spokes, the poshest name in the world, but also one of the nicest lads around, who has commented with about 6 questions here for the Q&A Sunday video. So thank you so much. I can already see some of these at quality, so I'll definitely be using them. Anybody else who wants to feature in the Q&A Sunday video, ask me a cheeky little question. Navaneeth Ravi comments, Mason was class pig. WAN-BISSAKA with them tackles. Absolutely. Mason, that finish, that turn, that finish, that composure from a 17-year-old boy fills me with such pride, fills me with such hope. And WAN-BISSAKA, an absolute beast. Great signing, it seems, so far. Look at what he did for Palace last year. He's already doing it for us. It's amazing. Derek Jason says, Mr. Flying Pig, thank you for all you have done today. Enjoyed, for real, amazing to have you. Oh, Derek, mate, you just reached out and touched a brother's heart, man. Thank you very much, Derek. Much appreciated. I love you guys interacting and watching these videos. Obviously, why I do these videos, just to have a bit of a laugh with you guys, watch the game, fill people in who are not able to watch the game, give you my thoughts and analysis on it. Obviously, you know, you can hang out with me if you're able to watch the game as well. So thank you so much. Obviously, I've not done maybe as much as I should on the channel over the summer, but that's it. Now I'm doing live streams for every single game. I'm going to try and get a video out every single day. I'm bringing back Q&A Sunday. We've got the Pig and the Hen Show podcast every single Wednesday at 3 p.m. So keep a lookout for that as well. And I'm going to talk to him after the Spurs game at the very least. Whether or not we can do a match companion for it on the following Thursday, I don't know. But we'll definitely be at least talking about it. Hopefully I'll be bantering him like no other, because United would have won and Greenwood would have scored a hat-trick or whatever. Thank you so much, lads. Yorgo M comment says, just subbed. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We will be covering all things United throughout the season. Anybody who's new on the channel doesn't know about the Flying Pig United channel, sort your game out. Do you know what I mean? Come on, this is where it's at. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the live match commentary earlier as well. And I want to just give another special shout out to Alex Rudd for moderating and keeping track of any inappropriate comments and also any spam and stuff like that. You're doing an amazing job, Rudd. Thank you so much. Everybody else who's tuned in, you're a bunch of legends. But just to summarise, I can't stick around too long. I've just seen the time. But United won the game well. It could have been more. The youngsters looked amazing when they came on in the second half. The second half performance was just completely amazing. We mugged Inter Milan off a good one. Have some of that, Conte. Have some of that, Conte. You absolute cont. Anyway, Dracula's freaking little brother. Do you know what I mean, though? Like, Antonio, what is it about, like, Italian football managers? Pellegrini was Italian, right, as well? Man City's old manager, Manuel Pellegrini. And Antonio Conte. Yeah? Both Italians. Both look like fucking Dracula. What's that all about? Different versions of Dracula. You know, you've got, like, Bram Stoker, freaking Dracula there. You've got, like, Bela Lugosi Dracula there. Freaking, who's that other guy? The old classic English, you know. Different types of Draculas here, but Draculas nonetheless. Sort it out, Italian managers. You all look like fucking Dracula. What's that all about? Anyway, Dennis Gonzalez says, honestly, Pig, your whole setup on the screen has gotten a lot cleaner. Top class. Love your vids and reactions. Thank you very much. But yeah, I've tried to just try and implement a little bit more professionalism on the channel here. Hopefully it will help in terms of just providing you with a bit more better content. I've got the live chat on there now, so you can all see actually on the screen what's going on there. I've got a little ticker at the bottom of the screen there, which I will update for certain games and stuff to give you a little bit more information and certain videos. Not every video is going to be like this. This is really just a test. I just wanted to test, make sure we could do it right. But yeah, we will try and do it more like this as we go along. Lads and lasses, I'm going to wrap it up there, but come on United, get in there. We've absolutely mullered Inter Milan, a good team, our first real test of pre-season, International Champions Cup, we progress, we've got Spurs coming up, screw them, we're going to batter them. Hopefully, really impressed with the performance today, all round. The first half performance looked really good, but the second half performance with the youngsters coming on absolutely blew me away and inspired me. I actually feel excited now. I feel excited again for the season. I haven't felt this way for a while. I know Ole Gunnar dropped off towards the end of last season, but this wasn't his team. He didn't have the time necessarily to work his wonders and initiate the way he wants to play with this team. Give him time. I'm not saying he's the best coach in the world, but maybe he could be a great coach for Manchester United, but he needs time. He needs the season. Let's see how he does. Let's see how he does. That's what I'm saying. He's brought on these youngsters. He's got everybody fighting. He's got everybody motivated. People like Pogba, the older guys, people like Bailey, Young, they're all fighting to prove themselves. The youngsters, Chong, Greenwood, Pereira, you saw them all come on there. Fred came on. You know, everybody is fighting to prove themselves to Ole Gunnar. He seems to have this United side in a really good place right now, which is just a place of getting the best out of this team, motivating them, bringing them along, offering opportunities to players who are maybe out of favour, offering opportunity to players who are young, bring them on. Look, we just signed a new player. Effectively, we signed a new quality player who looks like freaking Michael Owen called Mason Greenwood. I know we've not signed him and he's come through the academy, but that's what it feels like. We've got another quality player there. Chong, another quality player there. Look, things are looking good for United. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to wrap this up. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Richard James, Liam Martin, Safe 7300, Alex Rudd, Alex Rincon, Anti Coffin, everybody else. Thanks for stopping by on the live stream. Do us a favor before you go. Do smash a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Tweet me anything you want. Tweet me questions for the Q&A Sunday video using the hashtag AskThePig. Please do that. Follow me on social media at Mr. Flying Pig HD. And you just stay classy. Have yourselves a good one. United are bossing this pre-season tour. It's boding well for the season. Hopefully we can take this into the start of the season. Obviously that's where it really matters. But very impressed with what Ole Gunnar has done with the lads so far in today's first real test of the pre-season against Inter. Spurs coming up. We're going to batter the scum. Come on. Let's be having it. Anyway, this is the Pig on Flying Pig United. Take it easy. Have yourselves a good one. Thanks very much for tuning in. You stay classy. And I'll see you soon.